That's awesome. All right, we're back. And look who's here. It's Phil. My gosh, we missed Phil so much. The
I'm
last
here.
up,
Yes.
yep, 22, we didn't have Phil. That was very sad.
Yes.
And then now we have Phil. So, and Phil's been very busy.
But we'll get to that later, right? Yeah, but I was at Strategicon this past weekend.
Yes,
Nice.
yeah, and I've been busy with some other stuff, and I've been watching. I've been lurking on Xander and seeing Mark's been scheduling games.
I have.
So very cool. So I guess the next thing to say is, how's everyone doing? There we go, Mark, Paul, and Phil, episode 23. I can't believe we're on
Woo.
23.
I
Wow.
know.
I
That's
know it only
they
seems like 22 to me.
they add up quick.
They do. They really do.
Yeah,
Um,
no.
so we've been busy. But what's been going on in the realm of Southern California? We've been let's see, kind of check in on the game stores. So what?
I know you've been making a lot of headrows, setting up Discord connections and getting games set up in other stores. I've been doing a lot of individual games with people. Phil's been
I've been
strict.
playing at Lost Planet quite a bit, and some friends down in Huntington Beach, and Strategicon this past weekend, the convention, local con.
All right,
Nice.
awesome. I've been trying to let me see. I'm going to put some more light on the subject. Oh, that's better. I've been doing a lot of 40K, which we'll be seeing in a moment.
Hmm?
And I did connect with someone that wants to play Bolt Action. So
Oh, nice. All right.
yeah. And then
Cool.
you're playing Baggins, is that right?
I am on Wednesday. We're gonna play British versus Germans. I'm not sure at the points right now. I'm thinking we should do 1,000, but he mentioned 1,200 to 50, so we'll see what
Okay.
happens.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let's go on with this slide deck, Phil. What do we got next? What
Hmm.
is happening here, Phil?
Oh, this was just a test. I started building this Cruel Sea starter deck, just Japanese starter deck that I've had for a long time, and it's pretty much the same scale as BattleTech, so I thought it would make a good picture. Um, I know we've played Cruel Seas a couple times at the church in the valley, but didn't have my own forces that were painted, so thought it's about time I painted my own. So the starter deck is now ready to go, and this is
I
just a
thought
fun picture.
I thought this was maybe Godzilla or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like Heart of Darkness, but with mechs showing up instead
There
of
you go.
the attack helicopters. So.
Well, it
There you
was
go.
such a cool picture, and we had last episode we had no idea what we're looking at. Like, was this like a smash up game where you played some BattleTech and Cruel Seas at the same time, and everyone lost their minds?
It was
Right.
I've been actually trying to think of a good BattleTech scenario where I could use the boats, but I have not come up with it yet. So
Nice.
That's awesome. Well, we finally got a story with the that.
yes,
So Geeky Teas, I've been stepping in there playing some 40K,
Sweet.
and have not heard of any, bolt action going there, but Geeky Teas has expanded, which is
Nice.
intense. They,
Wow.
yeah, they built a whole new area, so they've moved out their products. So I would assume, I'm just guessing here, throwing out a number that's not real. I
Hmm.
think they've expanded their retail space by about 30 to 40%.
Wow.
Yeah, so they have a lot of everything.
Well, I'll be going there this weekend to play some bolt action and some chain of command and whatever else everyone wants to play. So I'm looking forward to seeing the place again.
Yeah, and every time I go on the weekend, I can barely find a spot to
Hmm.
park, which is
Hmm.
kind of intense because the mini mall they're in, or there's whatever, it's business park, has this huge back area with maybe 100 spots, and it's almost impossible to find a spot.
Yeah, I have to get
well,
down there early.
are all those people in Geeky Tees? All those cars?
Yes, and when you
Okay,
go inside,
okay.
you can tell. Just
Mm.
all their private rooms are getting. Well, I can't say for sure if all the private rooms,
Hmm.
but every time I walk down the hall, it looks like there's people in every private room. Um, and then the floor space is full, and then you have to reserve a table other on the
Nice.
Wow,
weekend, otherwise forget it.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we have 3 reserved for Saturday. Hopefully that enough for everybody, and so I'm looking forward to it.
Very awesome. What's the next game store? Xander's, you're
Xander's.
up, Mr. Mark.
Yeah, they're always doing new things. Like they're gonna have a Scrabble event on Mondays coming up. So always check their events. But I'm always trying to do something down there. You can contact me on Discord, Facebook, whatever, and try to get a game if you're in my area. Jean's always ready to give us space. So yeah, it's always a great place to play.
And how's this new area that they had? Was that
Oh, the expanded area is great. They're actually getting into Warhammer. They always have Dungeons and Dragons. There's board games, so it's great. I'm glad they have the space now. So, I mean, it's always full, just like you were saying about Geeky Teas, also.
in their retail space? Are they selling more stuff or?
I think she's limited on the bolt action. I think that didn't happen. People weren't buying that as much, but I see that it's just like you could always order from the desk and get a straight order from her. Um, Always she has Dungeons and Dragons, and I see the big sellers of people dropping 300, 500, $600 on card games.
Mm.
So
Like
that I think.
Pokemon, Magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's odd to me, but I'm glad people play their games, and but yeah, no, she gets a big drop. So I've seen people drop big amounts of money on those card games.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then LA War Games. I've been popping in there and checking it out. He's got some more tables that he's done, and
Hmm.
his stock is like so eclectic and cool. Um, we talked about
Yeah. That.
Trench
Yeah.
Warfare,
Yeah.
the Trench Warfare game.
Hmm.
He's really pushing that, but he has a lot of like really cool rule sets with all the miniatures you need. And it's not like 40K where you need to, drop a huge amount of money. You can just they're usually just all skirmish games.
Yeah, all those in that picture here, I see like 20 different games. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of good
Yeah.
stuff happening there.
Yeah. That's good. That's good that you can get a variety like that.
And then next up is Crown City. This is my haunt where I go. And they have also expanded their stock. So they took out a whole center section and pushed it all the way back into the back of the store. So they're getting a lot more product. I think they've only been around for a couple months. I think 4 months is the total amount of time they've been around. And they're just getting more and more quality games, more and more stock of 40K and AOS and all those games.
Remind us of the location.
So that's Old Town Pasadena. It's a little hard to find because it's in the basement. So all these pillars are
I
supporting
see.
a vacant restaurant, which is above it.
Sure.
And the sort of feel is kind of interesting when you're playing at the front tables. All the foot traffic on Colorado can look down through the
Oh.
windows, and
Okay.
they'll pound on the windows and
Oh
way,
no.
and you're like, okay, hey, yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
yeah. So
They were super
it's a really really cool location though.
nice.
What's up next?
Ooh, pretty.
Oh yes,
Ooh.
yeah. So I was playing in my 40K league, and this is a guy that has built Dark Eldar, Dukari as they're called. And I really like his paint scheme. So I'm looking at
Mhm.
this like purple gradient, and then his mandrakes have these really, really beautiful cloaks that he's done. So they took a bunch of pictures and posted it on their Discord of our game. It was very, very cool. I think I have a couple other
Nice.
shots here. This is all 3D printed terrain that they provide in the store
Nice.
with mats and tables. This is my Adeptus Mechanicus, and normally they're red on Mars on a Mars field, but thought that was kind of like too much blending, too
Yeah.
much. So I've gone this cool blue, and
So
really,
why are there bolt action dice on a 40K table?
because those are the best way to mark number of wounds.
Okay.
Because people put dice on, and the dice get picked up sometimes or bumped,
Mm.
and you're like, I
Oh,
swear you only had one wound left. Now you have six. So
right.
yeah, not cool, really. Um, so this is his scourges, and the wings are so awesome on his scourges. Um, so we're kind of backed up now from that last
Uh-huh.
picture and looking
Uh-huh.
down on
Yeah.
it. But as you can see, it's really great terrain. This is all 3D printed terrain that the store
Mm-hmm.
provides.
That's great.
Yeah, and let's see, the next picture I think is a close up of the scourges.
This is Warhammer.
Yeah, this is Warhammer.
Okay,
Obviously, he
cool.
hasn't finished basing them, but you can
Uh-huh.
see I really like the way his color choices and
Yeah.
the purple and the sort of kind of grayish blue for the wings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's and we're both the person I was playing. We're both very into making it very cinematic, and
Mm-hmm.
we're finding more and more people coming into the hobby that way. The
Sure, of course.
Yeah, which is not always the case. It used to be
Mm-hmm.
lots of what I called primer legions.
Oh.
Yeah, people would just build it and then shoot it with a primer and then be done with it. Yeah,
Well, I
Contrast,
guess if they're changing their armies a lot, then maybe I understand why. But
but contrast paints and speed paints make things so much easier to paint these days too.
yes,
mhm.
yeah, much easier to paint. And then I think I have one more. Yes, so these are my
Nice.
robots. And then this is his Venom. They also have really cool names for all these
Yeah, yeah.
kinds of things. Lilith is down in the background, almost in the lower right-hand corner. Her headgear is really painted well. I didn't get a close-up,
Hmm.
but I really like my robots. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
put things in their display, so I might go back and like put a C prompt in there. So shout
Wow.
out to the old days when we had just that. The lore is that they have, and you can kind of barely see him. They have this data smith guy behind him,
Oh,
and he programs them so he can make them tougher, like
oh,
up their very BattleTech probably.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, or he can make more attacks on their claws or more attacks with their guns. So that's
Okay.
really fun.
Nice.
Right on.
And then that's just the overall game mat and
Hmm.
board. You kind of get a see of that.
That's like your entire army, I assume, then, or something,
Yeah,
or
basically. I mean, he's been chewing away at it, and this is turn three. So I usually have three walkers. I have four robots. Yeah, there's only three left. And then I have some destroyers, which are really cool. But you get the idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Here you go,
Oh,
Phil. You're all in command.
Strategicon. So yeah, today is Tuesday, or no, today is the 16th. So technically, Strategicon ended today, but nothing ever happens on the Monday. So for me, it's just Saturday and Sunday, and occasionally the Friday evening. I was at the Hilton in by the airport. It has a good amount of miniature games, but tons of board games and lots of RPGs. The RPGs seem to be really picking up there. So I took a bunch of pictures. So this was a Boot Hill game that was run on Saturday, I believe. This is one of the bigger tables. It was a couple tables. This is a pretty big street here. They were just having a massive shootout with Boot Hill. It looked like a lot of fun. There were like at least 5 or 6 people playing, if not more. Um, Not sure what the scenario was, but the guy brought lots of nice models and terrain. Um, there was a big Arnhem game that was pretty much double the size. I did not get any pictures of, unfortunately. The nice thing about it is that there was a gap between two of the tables, and then there was bridges that went over it that you had to cross.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was pretty nice. So yeah, so that looked like a lot of fun. I should have taken pictures of that. What else? Oh, here are a couple other games. So upper on the left side is I think that's an AWI game that somebody
Uh,
was running. Quite a large battle. I, I don't remember who was running it. And then next to it on the right is actually a fantasy game that they've run before. And I believe in this fantasy game, you can't really tell from this picture, but there's a there's actually like a dungeon level underneath it that you could actually move models underneath as well. So there's like the
Sweet.
upper level and then the underneath dungeon once you get closer to the castle and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a good variety of miniature games. I mean, Sunday I believe Harmon Ward was running some DBA. There was some World War I Wings of Glory going on, and they had like one of those really big plastic bombers that was it was like a foot long and it was very impressive looking on the table. What else was there? There were a couple other historical games that I do not remember what they were. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on, including
Sweet.
all the BattleTech that I ran,
Uh-huh.
and there were
Mm-hmm.
other people running BattleTech. So I ran three different games over the weekend. The first game in the upper left is the new cooperative box set called Aces, in which they give you cards that are basically AI to control the enemy models. And so for this scenario, I was actually running the AI cards against a group of 5 players. And it's a campaign system, and it's really nice in that you pick this first scenario you want to do, and then afterwards you just basically branching scenarios. Do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to go on the defensive? Do you guys want to go on the offensive? Do you guys want to go over to this town and see what's up over there? So the branching for the missions is really nice. There's 21 different missions, but a normal campaign will only go through like 7 or 8 of them. So yeah, and then the players were in the orange and they were able to destroy the enemy Jade Falcons in green, and here they are at the final battle. They were able to sneak up behind. Well, they were surrounded the enemy commander, but 2 of them got behind him and just blew him to bits. In
Nice.
the middle, we have the classic BattleTech Irby Derby, which is a very low-tech game of BattleTech. The Urban Mech is probably known for being the worst mech in BattleTech. And what's nice about it is that it's easy for anyone to jump in who's never played BattleTech. They've got like one big gun and one tiny gun. You can see the one big gun on the right arm there. But yeah, they just are a walking gun basically with a little bit of armor, and they don't move very fast. And everyone had an urban mech, and basically it was a kind of a king of the hill game. You could see that someone made it to the top of the hill, but everyone's trying to shoot him down. But it was also like an arcade game. There's a expansion called Arcade Operations. So I had scattered a bunch of power ups face down all over the board, and if you walked over a power up, your mech would be able to jump farther or get extra ammo or something like that. And then you would always respawn too when you died, which is nice because these things explode fairly easily.
Mm.
And finally, on the upper right, on Sunday, I ran a tournament. Um, and it was basically a tournament where you bring one mech and then you're basically drafting random mechs from a bag. Every player gets a bag, picks a mech, and passes the bag to the player to the right, which is why you'll see a lot of unpainted mechs because these were the ones that were drafted. It was
Nice.
3 different scenarios, and one of the scenarios is something called mech football, or mech soccer, basically. But you could see that in the foreground there is it's a mech head, an Atlas head that's being
Uh,
used as a soccer ball by those
uh,
mechs.
nice.
And I'd like to give a shout out basically to Lost Planet and the owner there, Mike, who provided a lot of good price support and a lot of good deals on the mechs that people were drafting. So um, it's just a local store I play, and he's at every convention with a booth, and he's a great friend of the community.
Sweet.
So you had a lot of new players playing that game?
The tournament, not so much. Everyone in the tournament, there were 6 people in the tournament. Everyone was familiar with the game. The Irby Derby had a couple of new players who hadn't played before, and the Scouring Sands campaign had a couple people who had never played Alpha Strike either. So yeah, um, I always try and run games that are newbie friendly. The tournament was not that was specifically required expertise, but yeah, the other games anyone could just walk up and play. They're not very complicated, and other people have run Irby Derbies over the years. It's a perennial favorite. So
And the reception was pretty good. I mean, people
it
liked it.
it was people loved the Irby Derby was probably the most fun, and people loved the Scouring Sands campaign. I only ran one game of it, but a different person, Frank, that some of you may know, he was running basically the whole campaign over the entire weekend as well. So he had a group of players that were basically running through all the missions in the campaign. It seemed like so. He started Friday, and they were still running them on Sunday. So yeah.
Did you know if Lost Planet made some sales with based on this?
Oh yeah, they sold a lot of BattleTech. Yeah, I mean, um, unfortunately, the Aces Scouring Sands co-op is uh, it's been sold out everywhere for a little while, but lots of BattleTech was sold over the weekend for sure.
Very good.
So as well as other stuff there, they had a lot of they were running also a tournament I think of the new Gundam trading card game. So I think they were selling a lot of that as well.
Hmm.
All right, so it
What's
was a fun
next?
tournament, fun convention overall. Sunday morning they had to close the front of the hotel because there was an ICE protest right in front of the hotel.
Mm-mm.
So everyone had to leave, start exiting and entering through the back of the hotel, which was entertaining, but it wasn't that bad. Um, yeah, and then the next con will be over Memorial Day weekend, and I will probably be back running more stuff there, as well as other people.
Sweet.
That is fantastic.
All right, what's next?
Got together with my friend Justin. He'd never played Dead Man's Hand. We busted out the game. It was just a Wednesday night. Just went over a couple. I just took a couple shots of the game and posted them. It was a fun game. We played the first three scenarios. It's about an hour. It was good for an evening. Test out the game. So it was nice. Just it's a 3x4 board, so it's easy to set up and throw out a
Nice
couple.
looking terrain too, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. It's I built a couple buildings, but most of it's I think like Sarissa or foreground or something.
Okay.
But yeah, the constructed ones are Sarissa or foreground, but the ones that are made, I made myself. The dark brown buildings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you make the
Nice.
gallows?
No, that's a Sarissa. I think it's pretty fun. One of the scenarios, I didn't get a close up. There's a guy hanging in there, of course, but uh, one of the scenarios you got to get your friend off the scaffold and get him off.
Oh,
But I think what happened, we went back and forth. I think he won the first one, and I won the second one, and he won the third one. So it was fun.
So how does that
And
work? Does
then
does it have a bunch of townspeople in there, or is it just
it depends on the scenario. Yeah, it can. I think there's a scenario where the townspeople get in the way. There's a stampede where like cows can come through and block you. This one, you have to get. I had to get or I was the good guys, I think, and he was the bad guys. So he had to get his man off the scout, out of the jail, and then off to the right, off the building. But didn't work out. It was too far. Um, yeah, so really, I like Dead Man's Hand a lot. It's easy. And then I got together at my friend Adam's house, and he likes to play Hail Caesar, and so do I. So I played the Celts. He was the Romans. I think I lost this one badly. I had to jump over this river and then hold the Romans back, and it's just really hard if you don't. I didn't get a good move. All my Celts failed their order on the first turn, and it's just you don't have any momentum. It's pretty hard.
so it's historical?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
I mean, historically, the Celts were.
Yeah, no, I mean it just shows a game's really laid out really well. I mean, it just shows that the Celts have that charge, and then basically it's over after that.
Yeah, right.
the robots did crush them, yeah.
Yeah, and just some more of that. I know. I think I wasted my cavalry just right away because they charged in, and then all my other units failed their orders, so that was great.
In Hail Caesar, you have all these movement stands, so
Yeah.
it makes it really easy. And as I remember, you don't pull things off like the old days. You just put dice down, right?
Yeah, you just put dice and then they get shaken and then route. And it's basically like a big scrum, people pushing back and forth,
Right.
just like an ancient battle would be, I would imagine.
Hmm.
And then this was Chain of Command with Paul Hobson and I play. We're playing the Abbeville Pint Science campaign. He is British, I am German. And this first game, the British actually are counterattacking. And he did well. He pushed me off the board. So I'm going to go back and play it again, part 2 soon. And it's a 1940 scenario, so he brought this huge Char B, which I couldn't do anything to because the one fun thing about Chain of Command, you don't know what the other guy's bringing, and so if you mess up and don't bring something anti-tank, and then they bring something tank, you're long day.
You're cheering him on.
Yes. And so yeah, I like he. This is we're playing 20 millimeters,
Oh,
1/72. So it's fun. I like it. It makes the board bigger, of course, and
so have you painted a whole new 1/72 scale army?
you know what? I have tons and tons, but Paul has it all. I just show up, so that's great.
Okay,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's really
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Can't beat that.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. And so he's actually bringing it all to this Saturday. If people want to learn to play, he's going to have it all set up and just show up.
What is it?
Okay.
Airfix? What does he have?
I'm not. He gets metal figures. I'm not sure where from, and these are sort of stone buildings. I have to ask him again. I'm not sure where he gets it all from.
Yeah, the thing I remember about those old Airfix things is that the paint sometimes wouldn't stick very well to some of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are nice figures though. But yeah, no, I have a million because when I was a kid, that's all I did was 1/72.
You can use the Army Painter primer. It works on that soft
Oh
plastic.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
And
all
then
right. And so this is at Strategicon. They have a painting competition, and these are my mechs that were actually you saw in the Scouring Sands, and they won third place in best sci-fi unit.
sweet.
So yes, they got a little ribbon for them. So
Oh,
You
so
get a ribbon and
it was all the sci-fi from all the other games, right? So you were pulled third place on that.
for sci-fi units, yes. So
Wow.
though I mean there was maybe 10 entries maybe for the sci-fi category is certainly the biggest. They have historical and fantasy as well, and I don't even think the historical category is all filled up. So I mean I think every historical model that was there won a ribbon. But yeah, but you could see whatever those models are in front of my robots, they didn't win a ribbon. I think those are 40K models. I don't know what they are. So,
yeah, nice job, Paul.
Yeah.
so
Phil, nice job, Phil.
Yeah. They look kind of like Terminators to me with Cyclone missile launchers and the missiles. They have the actual missiles coming out of
the
the
missiles look
Cyclone.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, they're kind of like mono. The colors aren't as dramatic as yours.
yeah.
Again, we've been talking about that, so hope to see everybody there.
Geeky Teas on the 21st, which is a Saturday, and they have three
Yes,
tables. So
yes,
you just have to pay to get in, which I think is $8,
yes.
and then show up. And then I guess Paul Hobson will have lots of good stuff
Yeah,
available, and you'll have
I
stuff that.
know I'll be running a bolt action table, and Jace is going to be running a learning game.
Oh,
So
great! And then
yeah,
Luis will be there.
of course. Yep, he's our chaperone. So
Awesome. So game days in stores, we're gonna try to launch that pretty soon. We'll
yes,
pick a day, Sunday in each location. So there will be Crown, Xander's, who else, Geeky
geeky
Teas.
teas.
Yeah, and so that people can always kind of know that we'll be hanging out there playing. That way, kind of spread it around. But that's coming up soon. We
Hmm
don't know how
hmm
soon, but that's in the works.
Yep, trying to get out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So this is our kind of our headliner here. I went in and asked AI, Perplexity to be precise, what is the most popular tabletop games? So, what do you think they said, Phil?
Uh, 40K and Old World,
Okay, and what do you
and then
think?
maybe Conflicts 47, maybe is 30. I don't know.
Okay, and then what do you think?
Well, I'm wondering if the AI took it wider, and maybe Catan would be on that list,
All right,
something like that. Or and then are they talking about do card games count like Magic stuff like that?
yeah,
So if that's the case, I would say those card games are pretty popular. So Catan and a card game maybe.
yeah. That so you're closer. So,
Mm.
um, when I did get the feedback I put on here, obviously chess is going to be the top, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
checkers, followed by Monopoly. And they talk about how many, we don't even know how many chess sets, hundreds of
Yeah.
millions, massive. But they estimate about 50 billion checkers have been sold since the invention, which they didn't mention. Monopoly
Right.
is over 275 million copies have been sold, so they do have some records on that in about 100 different countries, which is crazy cool. Scrabble, over 60 million copies sold. Clue and Cluedo, I guess that Cluedo's the British version, is hovering around 150 million copies. And then Battleships, we all grew up on that, over 100 million copies. And then Trivial Pursuit, which I did, that one I didn't guess at all.
I thought that died out.
Hmm.
Yeah, 100 million copies. We play Trivial Pursuit Harry Potter edition, and
Oh, sweet.
my son crushes us. So my other son read all the books to try to, combat him. So I the last time I played, I was sitting there waiting, and they just kept picking these impossible questions. Because what happens is you get a random question, so you can basically excel in the game. But then you have to go back to your house when you collect all these cool artifacts, and then the players get to pick the question from the random list. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's like
Yeah, I
crazy.
wouldn't. I would not answer one question in Harry Potter
Yeah.
Trivia Pursuit.
True, true. I've read all
Yeah.
the books, but I haven't read them with that
Yeah,
eye to the trivial.
yeah.
And then backgammon, which is really popular in the East, I know,
Yes, it is. It is.
is
Hmm.
hovering over 88 million units sold.
Well, that makes sense. My
Yeah,
students are into chess, and I know Scrabble's making a comeback.
yeah. All my
Yeah.
students are playing chess,
Hmm.
during class. It's really sad.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things. It's like, stop playing chess, kid.
Yeah. Why don't you program a chess? So then I asked it. And then Candyland.
Candyland.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I said, no, no, I'm looking for something a
Uh,
little more boardish,
there you
board
go.
gaming. Yeah. So they said next level is Catan,
Yeah.
and at
Uh-huh.
30 million copies, that's still huge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then Ticket to Ride at 18 million copies, and Carcassonne. I have you played that?
Carcassonne. Yep. I
Yeah,
have a copy.
I've played
Nope.
it, and I tried to get my family to play it, and they played it like once and said, "Yeah, you can go ahead and donate this."
Uh,
So I
game
was just
over.
so into it, and yeah, it didn't sell in my room. But over 12
Nice.
million copies, that's pretty cool. And then I played Pandemic. I've never played Wingspan. Have you guys played Wingspan?
Yep.
I haven't played any of these.
Okay. And
Azul, I own Azul. It's okay.
is that the
Wingspan's probably
patterns
better.
one?
Azul, yeah, it's like there's different kinds like I'm trying to build stained glass pictures or something like that. Yeah.
Right. All right. So then I asked it again, and guess what my focus was? Oh, no, these are more. Go ahead. Yeah. These are more. There's Spirit Island, never played it.
Uh,
Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. They sound all really cool. Eon's
yeah.
End, Too
Yeah.
Many Bones.
No, never
Rob,
played any of
yeah,
these.
Robin
Right.
Crusoe, Leviathan Wilds, Sky Team, Flock Together,
Hmm.
Title Blades 2 Rise of the Unfolders. It just sounds cool. The Gang, which is a cooperative poker inspired game, I thought that was really interesting. Weirdwood Manor. I know these are really popular. My boys play some of these kind of manor games where you're, in a
Uh-huh.
city and it's in and some can be dystopian or
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah, I played a cool zombie game like that. I don't remember what it was called, but I liked it a lot.
Was it Invincible?
So the Zombicide. Yeah.
Mm, it might have been. I don't know. I don't remember what it was called.
Because I know Zombicide is like a big, strong
It
one.
was fun. You run out of your room and you have to. It's fun. It's good stuff.
But those are all co-op games, I believe. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which I know is what I see when I'm walking through Geeky Teas. I just see all these people playing these co-op games.
Hmm.
They become
Hmm.
very popular because you're
I've
not
seen.
battling each other; you're battling the
Yep.
system.
I see Ticket to Ride. I see the first games Catan played a lot.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
At the end,
then
BattleTech has co-op these days too now. Their new thing that I showed. So
that's
yeah.
fantastic. Yeah. So
Yep.
then I said, okay, no, no, I need I need the geeky games. So you already said which one's the top, which is
Hmm.
40K.
Mm.
And then it's still like way at the top. And then Age of Sigmar, and then BattleTech was number 3. I thought that was
Wow,
really encouraging. And
nice.
and then Star Wars Legion, which
Mhm.
I don't see so much played anymore.
Mm-mm.
I own it. They keep changing the rules on it, and so I did not like. They've made massive changes, but I like the miniatures. The miniatures are getting
Yeah,
nice. The old miniatures not so much, but the new ones are all hard plastic and very nice.
yeah. The old ones were softer plastic,
Yeah,
a little harder to play. And then Halo Flashpoint, is that pretty new? Yeah, released late in
yeah.
2024. So
That's popular. That's only a handful of minis, and I see people playing that at Lost Planet.
yeah. And now I thought Kill Team would be up above Halo, but so many people have Xbox, so I think that's why
Hmm.
Halo's. And then Marvel Crisis Protocol, I hear that all the time.
Yeah, that's
Um,
also
Mhm.
popular at Lost Planet.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then Infinity, which has been around for almost a decade, I think.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
If
longer than that.
Yeah, longer than
I
that.
was I was playing it a little bit, probably a decade ago, actually. That was yeah, like second edition. The models are really nice, but there are a lot of rules. It's very crunchy.
Yeah, and it
There-
is very rule heavy.
Yes,
Um,
it is.
so
And
it's
if you like that, it's very good at it. Yeah,
it's very good at it, yeah. And then I don't know Moonstone. I've
no
never
idea
heard
what
of it,
that is.
but characterful fantasy skirmish. So they're kind of like more time left. So maybe it filled the gap because I know that I still see
Okay.
people trying to play 40K. The old world used to have a game that was skirmish level.
Hmm.
So then I keep digging for our games. So the
Keep
next
going.
slide. And then Halo Flashpoint. I wanted to take a look at the minis. But again, it's a real small handful. And since
Uh-huh.
it's Halo, it already has a big, oh, Halo, I'll play that kind of
Sure.
idea.
Right. Right.
But I don't know if they're pre-painted. So then I
War
asked, of
Machine
course,
Bolt
the games
Action
that we
Framework.
play.
Mm.
And it's saying that there's a resurgence of War Machine. I don't believe
Okay.
it.
Mm-mm.
There's a new edition that just came out. I thought from a different company. It's been taken over from Privateer Press. I don't know who. I forget who owns it now.
Yeah, I don't remember. It escapes me right now. But everyone that I've talked to that had played the game, you can't use the minis for the new game.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, and
Right. Right.
that makes it really like I have a bunch of minis for it, so I can't use them, which is crazy.
Hello. They need new money, Paul.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
it's a new company. Yeah.
And then Bolt Action, they say, is actually the premier historical right now worldwide.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I would believe it. They sell a lot of different stuff. I mean, there's so many
Mhm.
bolt action models out there you could buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know it's very popular in England. I don't know
Mhm.
about, some of the other places like Japan and South
I mean,
Korea.
compared to Flames of War, I think it beats Flames of War hands down in popularity.
Sure.
True, true. And it says Flames of War is very local. It's very,
Mhm.
strong in certain areas. Um, and then they talked about, I guess, version 4 really hurt
Mm.
Flames of War. I didn't
Mm.
know that.
Uh. I've never played Flames of War.
How about you, Phil?
I played Team Yankee once.
Yeah, I played a lot of Flames of War version 2. I had a German army, but I ended up selling it because I got sick of the game.
Yeah, I tried playing it and actually built an army, but just I couldn't. The way you shoot is you shoot with a unit, so you get like say 6 hits, and then your opponent can then divvy up the hits amongst the
The various
vehicles.
stands, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and then the infantry, the way it works is after 5 hits they get pinned, so and then they can shake their pins. It doesn't really feel like to me like Bolt Action or some of the other games I played like Squad Leader and stuff like that. It just feels a
Mhm.
little
Mhm.
more gamey.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So with all that data, what's the bottom line? They say the gorilla. So my AI said the gorilla's 40K,
Yeah.
but then put up AOS BattleTech Legion Flashpoint. So that's really encouraging to hear.
Remind me what AOS is.
That's
Age of
Age of
Sigmar.
Sigmar. So
Oh.
originally 40K was Fantasy. They had 40 Warhammer Fantasy, and then they got
Mm-hmm.
rid of it and replaced it with Age of Sigmar, new models and stuff. It was huge controversy about how they did it,
Mm-hmm.
especially now that they published in the old world rules, so people can
Right.
play with the old world models, which I think is
Right.
crazy. I have heard of people, that seems to be picked up on Discord a lot. Is the old world, and people are still playing that.
Sure.
Maybe it's too new, but I'd expect Conflict 47 to be on this list. They must not have enough sales
I was
there.
gonna say that seems like that's the big hype right now. I see a lot of Conflict 47.
Yeah, so
I
do
th-
I.
I think it's in the Southern California area because this
Mhm.
they were doing worldwide.
Okay.
Right. Well,
So,
isn't it just bolt action with aliens?
they've changed the rules a bit too. Close combat is a lot different now,
Uh
and they've
huh.
got special the character. They've got character models that are more useful now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes. They don't have. I mean, they've just been dumping a lot of stuff in it, and they just released their roadmap for the next year. So they've got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of Conflict 47 coming out in the next year.
Yeah, it seems like that's their push right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good podcast. I mean, a lot of the Bolt Action podcasts have switched over to some Conflict 47 stuff too. So,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just think there's this big gap between
oh yeah,
40K and BattleTech and the
I
rest of
agree.
them.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. So I just think that's really important to kind of like check in with. And Phil is our resident expert, BattleTech. He's won some
Yeah.
pretty cool awards. Third place at painting is
Mm-hmm.
that's a minor award compared to what he's won at LVO and some of the other cons.
Yes. I'd have to say Lord of the Rings I see a lot. It's
Okay.
a game workshop game too.
Yeah. So 40K or niche, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of
I
where
have
we're landing.
I have never played 40K. No desire to. I'd be. I mean, if everyone was playing Halo, I'd play that because that's only a handful of models, and I like the video game. So I would
Right.
definitely jump into Halo that wasn't an option.
And then you heard StarCraft is also going to be a minis game.
Hmm.
I did.
Nice.
I never played those games though, so I'm not as interested in that. But I
Okay.
know a lot of people are.
Yeah, I played Warcraft, the PC game, but uh, I'm always more historical. I'm sci-fi. It doesn't really tickle my fancy so much, so I'm always out on the wrong the wrong path. But
Well, with
What
Two
about you?
Fat Lardies is where you kind of land, right, Mark?
yeah, I'm like more into the more historical, deep games like that. I don't know why. I just grew up that way, I guess.
I mean,
I
Paul, I guess you're definitely on the 40K side of things because you've been playing that a lot.
Yeah, it's not where I mean, I just play it a lot because there's a lot of players playing it.
Yeah, no, that's I mean that's the popular game.
Yeah, so I've been struggling to find players for bolt action that aren't uh, an hour drive or more.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's hard. I got lucky. I found a game this week. Yeah, I just think there's a disconnect between background as a teacher, background knowledge of the historical stuff. It's
Yeah,
easier to connect. It's easier to connect to the sci-fi stuff.
yeah, and with Star Wars Legion now with Halo coming out, Marvel Crisis Protocol is still really popular.
Hmm.
Those kinds of things are kind of where it's going. I think we're going to be the
Yeah,
tide.
for sure,
Yep.
for sure, for sure.
So what's next here? What did I do? Oh,
More
just the
Halo.
minis. Just looking at the minis for Halo is they're really good minis.
Now these are all speed painted now.
I would assume so. I don't know enough. It's Mantic, so Mantic is a really popular. And I apologize if the picture's a little grainy.
So here's my deal when I watch the Warhammer guys, it seems like they put like hours and hours and hours into one figure and then I don't know how they get all those armies out there like cuz they put like really intense amounts of time into the painting
But I
in
think with Halo,
my opinion.
with Halo, you don't have that many models. I think it's only like
Right.
4 to 8 or something. It's not very many,
It's a
and
real
they're all wearing
skill
power
though.
armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful.
Phil, because you've been entering, contests. You know how
Yeah.
very competitive it is.
Hmm.
Yes.
I mean, you're just looking at the missiles coming out of the Cyclone missile launcher, and you beat that. That's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the thing that I think that's really keeping this game alive is the minis are incredible.
So is that more like Lord of the Rings, Age of Sigmar?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's orcs and tree folk and elves and they've done some things with the humans.
Uh-huh. That's
I
I
mean,
guess that's my hard part about War. I'm not sure which game it is. Warhammer 40K. I'm not sure, but they have, like, I've always complained, they have like Romans with spears versus guys with flamethrowers versus guys with lightning bolt guns versus mechanical things. So to me, it's a little odd.
Yeah, it is odd. Yeah, when you have like um, units riding in on basically horses or squigs or something weird,
Right.
and then you're sitting in your tank.
Right. I'm always like, what are those guys? The Marines, the Super Marine, Mega Marines, or
Space Marines.
Space Marines. I'm like, why wouldn't they just blow all those little horses away? I don't understand the game at all. But
Yeah,
that's just me. That's
it's
you know.
very gamey. You just
Yeah.
it's there. The minis are really cool, and you want to paint them. Uh,
Yeah.
so
It's just my holdups on that game.
yeah,
I mean, and I know that some of these big production minis that they have here, these are big set pieces that people will paint just for painting contests, and they're
Hmm.
painted by people who don't actually play the game, but they just love
No.
the painting.
Yeah. No. I've seen those guys. It's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone to paint competitions where there are artists, and you just go, "Oh, I am out of my class."
So
Yeah, I
this
mean,
is 28 millimeter.
yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
But they're massive. They have
Hmm.
you know models that are 12 inches high, 13 inches high.
Hmm.
Really spectacular. What's up
Hmm.
next? This is
Ooh,
my favorite army, Imperial Fists. Um,
nice.
yeah,
Bright
so
yellow.
bright yellow. Yeah. If you watch Monsters Inc., then you know those the Imperial Fists.
Oh, right on.
Yes,
Okay.
the S. So that's kind of fun. They're I best battling Eldar here. I think I have a picture of mine too. No, this is the new things
Nice.
coming out. So as you can see, that they're getting really intricate. This is their new Adeptus Mechanicus unit. This is Do you
Hmm.
guys want to try to say that? It's
No.
Archmagos?
Archmagos Terminus of Mars, but her name I think is
Archmagos? Oh, Thulia Gould?
oh, that's really good, Mark. You got it.
All
Um,
right.
yeah. So and then if you pass this, there's just some close-ups. Yeah, painting these are just amazing.
So it's like a queen or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So and then she leads this next unit, which is
Ah.
cool dudes. You can make them either
Yeah.
close range or far away. So I'm
Yeah, those
looking.
are really cool. Did you paint these, or these are just the models that they
They're not even out yet. These are
Oh,
coming.
okay,
They,
got it.
they just
Got it.
announced that they're going to be releasing these, so they're not even in pre-order yet.
Mhm.
But I thought I'd put them up there because of that, and plus the
Mhm.
fact that I painted that whole army. And you can
Nice.
see that they do red on the
Right.
red, and I
Oh.
do the blue on the red,
Right.
which always
Right.
gets a lot of people go, ooh,
Mhm.
they like the switch up and the contrast. It really pops on
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I have a close up of them and their
Oh
weapons.
yeah.
And then everyone builds it with a whatever weapon, and then they just say, "Oh, I'm playing with this weapon."
You don't
Okay.
magnetize them all, or
Yeah,
is it hard to do?
yeah. No, people do that, but they're very rare. Most people just say, "I'm using this gun," and we all go, "Good for you."
Good for
Okay.
you.
Yeah, because there's two different types of overhead guns on this, and then he's holding a different gun.
Oh.
But these are heavy support choices. So think of your heavy machine gun, Mark.
Yeah. Right. Right. So, how many men come in a box?
So between like one and
Oh.
five.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're
And
very,
you're
very.
and and you're paying like $35 or
Oh no, No, you're paying
Oh.
$50 and $60.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
And the big
Okay.
ones, the big 13-inch ones, they can run
Right.
you like $130.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, can you sort of cheat and do the 3D printing, or is that illegal in this game? Or
Well, so if you go to a Warhammer store, you
Mhm.
cannot bring any 3D printed.
Right, they'll kick you out.
They'll
Right.
kick you
Yeah.
out. Yeah, they'll just say
Yeah. Hmm.
take them home. But
Hmm.
if you go to any other store that doesn't,
Hmm.
isn't a flagship
Hmm.
store, that they're like, yeah, whatever, put it on the table.
Okay.
We don't care.
Got it.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, but you gotta want to support the artist.
Yeah.
I think that's all we have.
That
That's
is.
all. Nice. Yeah, we did a great job today. I think
I think
covered a lot.
yeah, we did. We covered a lot. So um, we're gonna be looking at March and hopefully getting some more
Hmm.
games in. Is there a church
Hmm.
thing coming up?
Yeah, the March 7th, I believe, is an ancient theme. You can play whatever you want. I think I'm gonna try to play Hail Caesar or something early. So.
Yeah, and something else that I want to bring up is April 25th, the San Diego historical guys have a one-day convention called Advance, and they put
Mm.
on some really good games. They've brought stuff up to Strategicon before. They didn't this weekend, but I've never been down there for their convention. I'm going to try and make it down, actually. I haven't worked it out with the wife yet, but
Nice.
um, April 25th, Saturday, is something I'm trying to shoot for, because it should be a lot of historical games.
Yeah, those
Kind of
guys
San
put
Diego.
on a good show.
And where
Yep.
is it? Do you know? Is it like at a school? Is it at like
I do not know. They have a website, but I will have more information by the next time we meet.
okay?
Sweet.
And I know Mini Wars again is looking at doing Fullerton, UC
Right.
Fullerton.
But I think that's
Nice.
October, yeah.
That's October, but it's
Hmm.
a big one and it's really nice. Although the parking has changed, so you have to pay for parking,
Mm.
which
Mm.
Oh,
I think is like fine for me. But there's a big group of our population that just gets grumpy about it.
I
Gotta
understand the venue needing to make money, yes.
gotta pay for everything.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Last little bits of what's last licks. What do you guys want to say? The end of this
Um,
episode.
Work on your shame piles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How
I
much?
mean, I already mentioned advance. That's what I'm trying to see if I could fit into my schedule for April.
And I'm looking at getting back into maybe trying some of these new, cooperative games, seeing
Hmm.
what those are
Hmm.
like, and then just trying to get my legions up, my 40K legions. I did
Nice.
paint a bunch of um, 40K, so sorry, bolt action, and I do
Sweet.
have a copy of Conflict, so I won
Okay.
that. You missed that from
Ooh.
last episode, Phil. I went to a Crown City tournament and won a copy of the rules. So,
Uh-oh.
yep.
Uh-oh.
Now you need models. You're almost there.
Well, you can use a lot of the regular models, right, from bolt action.
Yes, but they suck.
Uh,
The infantry sucks. The tanks are useful, but the infantry is no good.
Uh,
all right, cool. All right, so I think the only thing left is for Mark to play the tune.
oh, give me a momentito here. And here you go.
All right, everyone. It's till March.
See you next time.
Bye.